Hey everyone, Kibler here, and I'm going to bring you some fun gameplay today. But first, I want to talk a little bit about the recent balance patch. We just got our first real balance patch of the Showdown in the Outlands, and it touched a few of the major outliers. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, I wish they buffed things. This isn't really the point in the expansion where they do that. Typically, we see the early balance patches just kind of tone down some of the major outliers in terms of really sort of egregious balance. And then later on in the expansion, when things have had more of a chance to settle and those outliers have been dealt with, we have more of a chance to say, hey, let's buff up some of the underperforming stuff. But let's talk a little about those. Azurite Snake was sort of pre-hotfix nerfed while in the first week, basically because it was just ending games with one play, bounce, play, bounce, play, which I think was pretty unfun for a lot of people. And actually, the change that ultimately ended up resulting was that instead of draining 10, it drains 7 now, which means you can't just kill someone in 3 bounces. It takes, in fact, 5 full bounces because 4 is only 28. Obviously, you could do more damage in addition to that, but you can prevent that with armor and things like that. And I think it becomes a card that has a powerful effect, but isn't just game winning on its own, which makes it much more interesting and obviously a lot weaker. The real hot button card of the recent balance change was Naga Sharpshooter. Naga Sharpshooter is a card that was at least all over ladder with the aggro Demon Hunter decks, and was only reduced from being a 1/5 to a 1/3. This has a couple of effects. Obviously, the deck can't just play out a 1/5 for 3 mana, and if the opponent can't kill it, just kill you, which happened a lot. And also makes it so that if you do have a big pop-off Naga turn, it is much more easily clearable. So you don't need to invest additional resources into that. Things like Prismatic Beam will clear it, and a lot of other stuff. So, I think that it is obviously a pretty big hit to the overall power of the card. My concern is that it doesn't change the play pattern of the card in a lot of instances. I think the 2 damage plus draw swapping back and forth between Naga and Spell just leads to games basically ending from you just playing a bunch of cheap stuff from your hand. And while I think that there is room for those style of decks existing, people really like to play the sort of chain and kill your opponent kind of decks. I think that this being a 3-cost minion means it just happens so early in the game. And it's, obviously also able to provide board control, and also the shell around it can be just powerful in itself, and this just ends up being like a backup plan like we see in some of the aggro Demon Hunter decks that exist. So that's one that I expect to see changed again. I would actually be surprised if it manages to get all the way through even the next balance update without being changed. Maybe I'm wrong, but it really feels like it's not enough of a change, particularly given that the sharpshooter can just replace itself with the next sharpshooter. So if you kind of spend your turn going off, and then, your opponent, yes, it's weaker, so now they can kill it. Okay, well, you found your other one, and you just get to do it again. Maybe the metagame isn't friendly to that style of play, and the vulnerability to not be able to just tempo it out and keep it on board is enough, but we'll see. And the other big change is the Order in the Court. Order in the Court now no longer draws a card. And this is an interesting one because this is a card that I've actually been a pretty big detractor of for a while. I think the overall play pattern of Order in the Court is a pretty negative one. It just means that games play out more similarly all the time because you just play Order in the Court at an extremely low opportunity cost, and then you get to draw all the most powerful cards in your deck from then on. And obviously, this is particularly problematic when the high cost cards in your deck are all cards that have various discounts, things like Light Ray or Prismatic Beam or Sea Giant or things like that, Garden's Grace. And you just end up having games that, not only play out very similarly, but also allow you to play these very powerful things very quickly because you just decide when you start drawing them thanks to Order in the Court. Removing the draw from Order in the Court, I think, is even a bigger nerf than the proposal that I had on social media, which was just making it cost 3 mana, which I thought would remove it kind of from the repertoire of aggressive decks and make it into something that you'd much more likely only really see played in more sort of late game combo control decks that want to find specific things, maybe like Reno, or things like that. But I think the change that they did make is an even harsher one. So I do think that is, very, very likely to have a major impact on how often we end up seeing that card. And the last nerf, which I literally had to just go scroll to find, I was like, there's another one, but I forget what it was always the bigger Drumonger. And this was just the card that was used with Hollow Hound and the Gorgon to cleave things down. And just going from 1 to 2 cost, basically preventing you from being able to easily use multiples in a single turn, and just reduce the like, you know, windows of burst damage that the deck is capable of, in particular playing multiple copies of it. There was also another change, Defense Attorney Nathanos, which isn't really a buff, isn't really a nerf. Basically, it was changed to work in the way that a lot of people expected. Defense Attorney Thanos previously was discover a death rattle minion that died, triggers death rattle, and then gain the death rattle, which meant that for minions that have a death rattle that cares about the minion itself, like the bovine skeleton or say the thing that makes it chimera, you know, things that look at the minion itself, they don't see a minion, right? So because Defense Attorney Nathanos previously, you know, would get trigger the death rattle first, there's nothing associated with it for it to check those things for. So anyway, I think that is a very positive change. The attack on the minion on Nathanos reduced by 1, which I don't think is a really big deal, but I do think that it's cool that he has these interactions now that he didn't have previously, just based on the sort of order of the sequencing of what he does. But anyway, overall, I would have liked to see some other changes. I would like to see, I mentioned this on social media as well, I'd like to see Trial by Fire bumped back to 7. I'd like to see Sif and Inventive Creation, Inquisitive Creation, whatever its name is, changed to climb from 0 rather than climbing from 1. You know, do X based on the number of spell schools, not X plus 1. Simply because I think that the burst damage of Sif decks, especially now with Snake Oil from that little dude, just ends up being just so high so quickly. And Creation is just such an incredibly powerful removal tool that I just prefer to, you know, have it require a little bit more work to set up and not just be the best thing if you're playing Mage no matter what your deck is doing. So anyway, those are my thoughts on balance changes. What I do have some sweet decks that are a lot of fun to play. I started working on Taunt Warrior, actually, just before the balance patch, and found some versions that are at least pretty fun and can do some kind of crazy stuff. Not necessarily the best deck out there, but certainly one that I've really enjoyed, and I hope you do too. So check it out. Enjoy the video.
Darkest greetings to you.
My greetings.
I do wonder if we're getting to the point that we don't really want Party Animal at all, though. Sure.
Where you followed?
We only have the one type. We're playing it. I don't think I ever did reset the...
Where you followed?
Okay, I'm just gonna boon here. We get an extra powder man. That's an apple bomb. I think apple bomb's quite bad. Boom, double powder man.
Blossom.
Yeah. I will play Party Animal, which will buff one guy, but it lets me play Roaring Applause for an extra card.
Follow that fuse.
I do not currently have a Blast Tortoise, so if they do play like a big board off of a drum circle or something, it'd be really bad for me. Wait, is there a signature Voon? Okay, it's Nourish. Which is also obviously quite powerful, but... yeah...
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Okay. It was not a objection, which was my fear. Could still be like Visage. Counterspell?
Our gift of the arcane.
If they played the Sketchy Stranger, they probably wouldn't have taken Visage, right?
Stay alert, my
There
child.
was no indication that I was playing a deck that was making gigantic monsters at that point. Sure. I mean, sure. I think. It's one. Yeah. A lot of buffs. We still have this, this. Take control of this or something. Yeah, that's not good for me. Just AoE, kill everything. Really? Hit my own guy. Well, that was a disaster. Need one more buff on that. Okay.
Barrel thrown. Explosions out.
Where did I put my spokes in?
Maybe I should have done it the other way, actually, so this guy doesn't like do enough damage to this guy meaningfully. It's a weird one. Because right now, yeah, I should have played this and then played this. Now they make my guys fight. I need Yogg to damage your own board. Okay. Well, it didn't matter, because they had that.
Our gift of frost shields us. This place is scary.
Use Reno and kill me. Yeah, the Yogg got me so good there.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The virtue of the wise.
Sure. I really hope their Megadillo isn't like buffing a dragon golem into enormous size. Because that would be really funny. And awful, but funny.
Time waits for no one.
Unity, precision, perfection, primitive.
I suspect that this is counterspell, so I don't really want to bother with this. I could just play this other Ziliax. I don't think I want to. Could just hero power and kill this guy. Or just play this. I think we just want to play the Astalor.
Our gift of frost shields us.
It also is better if they have, like, Ignis League Weapon or something. So they also just kind of cat trick from that other one. We haven't attacked their face, so it can still just be Visage or Barrier. I'm gonna guess it's Counterspell though, considering it was off the Sketchy Strange. But maybe it's, you know, just something that they didn't you know, we're just drum circle. Okay. This is only at 5 damage.
Time waits for no one.
I mean, there's this, but again, like, we miss 5 of them. Is it still just better? Okay. I need to clear these in case I guess get Reno'd. We're back to 30. If I just get Reno'd on that board and I didn't use that to clear, I'd be in like disastrously bad territory. They did just Reno me. We have a few options. Okay, so they could race Jaza with Innervate here or Reno.
This desecration of the Titan's land stops
They
here.
did just use this, and then they had that, but that was just off of the +1/+1 from that. Which isn't too bad for me, given, you know, this context. Innervate. Construct.
Time waits for
Okay.
no one.
Where you followed.
Another one. Oh. I don't think I want to use that now. We could hit like Ray Straza with it. It puts us in an awkward situation if... Yeah. I think we just wanted to do this. We can do this into Festival security. That's a good one. I think I just want to do this and then just hit them for 9.
Where's your path?
Okay, so it's definitely counterspell. This also is safe against... I didn't want to go too wide there against like Reno.
The Titans blades
Okay.
never die.
Sure. So there's basically no reason to ever cast my spell, because that's counterspell, and this is the only spell I have. I've already gone through the other Roaring Applause.
Where you followed.
I mean, we have a
Time
kind
waits
of
for
nutty
no
amount of
one.
damage here. Sure. Ah, okay. So, we'll start with this.
Blood and plunder.
Azurite Vein for a Dread Corsair. Okay, you can have a Dread Corsair. I don't really want to... Now that I have the Dread Corsair, I don't really want to do that. Yeah.
Is that inevitable doom?
Unity.
I don't want to put this on so have this hit here. Everything goes face. Oh, what's this on? Azurite Vein.
Face the darkness.
Okay. They can obviously Reno me. They have their weapon. Okay, they just threw their weapon. Yep.
Careful. It's against me.
Mm-hmm.
Can you feel the gift of the sun?
Sure.
Blood and
Uh-huh.
plunder.
Let's buff my hand. Nice.
Barrel thrown.
Face the darkness.
Okay. Summon an 8-drop. Okay.
Oh dear, summons us.
Oh, Dreadlord! Are you serious? Are you serious? That's revolting.
Interesting.
After all my pain, the future will
Okay.
not be long.
Dead.
Blood and plunder.
Guess I kill all the small stuff and damage one of the big guys.
Where's your pass?
I must act soon.
I mean, they got the best weapon.
Let's show these
Sheriff from Protocol? Okay. I'm dead. That's brutal, the sheriff. Holy shit. Uh-huh.
Couldn't have done it better myself.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, look. And a backup Ragnaros. Man. Oof. That the Yogg initially was just like so backbreaking, and then, you know, the best weapon off of Ignis, the Reno. Oof. Oh well. Okay. Let's look at all this. Yeah, I think Dirty Rat may be overly ambitious against those decks. I think I might need something else.
To be a great crowd.
It's also possible again that like Party Animal isn't worth with, you know, once I'm playing stuff like Dirty Rat as well. Like, this is just buffing 2 guys, which is okay. I mean, Reno is one of the best cards in the format. Reno is very, very, very good.
Now, where did I put my explosives?
We had Reno Taunt Warrior. I don't really see any reason to play Reno Taunt Warrior. If you're playing Taunt Warrior, I think you generally want to be doing so because it is... Ooh.
This place is scary.
Anyway, as I was saying, I think if you're playing like Reno Taunt Warrior, you're going to be playing like if you're playing Taunt Warrior, you want to be playing it because you're getting like, you know, value out of the synergistic stuff, and playing fewer of those really kind of goes against the idea of playing Reno. That could be 2 things right now.
I ain't talking.
Amuse me.
Hi, Odin.
Hills of victory.
Follow that fuse!
This place is scary.
I mean, that's a thing.
Stay back. Job's done.
They do have the Ignis weapon, and they have whatever they forged, which could help them, like, you know, clear and just pressure me with the Odin. Trial by Fire. Trial by Fire remains outrageously powerful, so I can add it on their Trial by Fire, though, which is obviously extremely good. Ow. Gimme.
Magic betrays those who abuse it.
One, 2, 3, yeah.
We gotta need more room in this bitch!
Okay. Well, now I feel like they're probably pretty dead. I had Chain Gang in some early versions of this and didn't like it. Part of that is because I have the Roaring Applause Party Animal stuff going on, and it's really, really bad unbuffed. Oh, hello. I think we're still better off playing... I mean, they have this poisonous weapon. No, I'm just going to do this. No reason to, like, really go huge while they have this, so... This will give me another card.
I love this little something as I do.
Are they gonna Bellowing Flames it? That's fine. Mm-hmm. Alright.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Let's put you on top. Yeah. I'm gonna play another one. And you're gonna put this on top.
Suffer as I do.
I'm just gonna keep swinging the sword. Or battle pickaxe. Riff. Okay. Okay. Really riffing out there. Sure. Well, boom. Boom. Whack. And next turn I can Magatha into Juggernaut and have an enormous hand of buffed things. Dr. Sombrero with the 2 months, welcome back. I mean, obviously hitting their Odin with the Dirty Rat was nice this game, but like, you know, we've had pressure on them this whole time, so like the Odin. Last time was the first time they would have had a chance to play Odin, and, like, you know, kind of getting beat up anyway. So I don't even know that that was like really crucial to what's happened here. All right, we will Magatha. Oh, we give them a roaring applause. Unlucky. I will play Juggernaut and buff this entire hand. Like, I wonder if Party Animal plays a Party Animal with Whelp Wrangler and Dirty Rat with Annoyotron is reasonable. I feel like I do want like some other additional thing to like help, you know, close out. Alright, I will play a nice minion into a better than nice minion into this Dread Corsair and hit you. How big my tortoise is. Okay, that's fine. Cute. What an adorable board that is. We'll do the smaller one. Here's a 9/9 Powder Man. Battle Pickaxe is a really sweet card. You do so much damage with it in this deck. Look at that chain. Back in the mine, back in the mine, back in the mine, back in the mine, back in the mine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 11 damage AoE, not enough for this tortoise. Okay. Ah! You know, my guys aren't big enough. Let's buff them some more. Bash. Okay. I'm not sure what this is gonna hit, that the bash is helping. We've already played both Trial by Fires, both Sanitizes. Do they have a Brawl? If they have a Brawl, they wouldn't want to play Bash, because they want to get as many draws to hit that Brawl as possible. Okay, this could be Bellowing Flames. They bump here, Bellowing Flames here. They can clear my board. Anything cool over there? Nothing cool at all. Huh. Okay, well. No ticket. This is like, you know, trying to get into the hottest club in town. Okay. Bladestone. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Bouncers got their job done. I think I want to keep Flunky Magatha. I had Power Slider in an early version, and it was fine, but not like particularly good.
The reckoning draws near. Come, be my pet.
My pain doesn't compare to your plague.
Now, where did I put my split?
I've just been unimpressed by Azurite Chain Gang, but maybe I should give it another shot.
The more you struggle, the better.
Like, one of the problems with Azurite Chain Gang is it isn't, Alright, we're gonna play the pickaxe. But yeah, one of the problems with Azurite Chain Gang is that it isn't, affected by, like, it doesn't work with Roaring Applause, doesn't work with Party Animal. And it's possible that that's not a direction that I want to be going. But that's, like, part of the rationale, at least. A lot of stuff are battle cries, which does make Snapdragon, like, at least reasonably appealing, but there's also a lot that are not. Right? Like, I think that I'd rather be doing, like, Party Animal for buffs for things in my hand rather than on 2, rather than Snapdragon for buffs and things in my deck on like 4 or whatever. So this casts Northern Navigation, which draws my other copy of Roaring Applause, although it actually could just draw Plagues, never mind. Yeah, we're not doing that. But yeah, this is one of the things about Party Animals. Like, right now I have no typed minions in my hand, so it's possible this should just go.
This place is scary.
I will definitely take another Powder Man. And just play it.
Now where did I put my explosives?
My barrow, my burrow's been busted. This is still on Northern Navigation, which now is guaranteed. Okay. Yeah. I want to do this before I get more plagues in my deck.
Follow that fuse.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I want Dirty Rat. Party Animal having a type is really, really valuable. Maybe I try just, like, playing, like, one Annoyo.
Only need one.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. They've only... I don't know how many things have died. Yeah, just help this guy. We've got a lot of thick fellas in hand. It's pretty difficult for them to deal with, like, a lot of big things until they get, like, you know, their Excavate Jessica on. That is the third. A rock. I do have a rock. Rude. Fine. I have been plagued.
That feels good.
I'm plagued again. I'm plagued again. Oh, sure. All of our plagues are gone now, which is nice. Alright, we're gonna play this into this. Do this to buff this. Can't play it right now. We already have another security. I think I want the security actually. Yeah. Nice.
Where's your flash?
They could Primus us here. We don't have our Ziliac yet, which is pretty important for us, like, surviving. Okay, so they can get a Burrow Buster off of the rat from this, which is going to be a extra thick Burrow Buster. They can clear my board and go to full life. Okay, they are not doing it right now. Alright, we are going to Juggernaut, and then I think I just security these. Yeah. The problem is if they have the legendary and can get that twice. We do have the tortoise though, so. I don't know if any things have died. They do have a 0-cost rat, so it doesn't matter how many things have died. Okay. Yep. So, okay. Okay. That's annoying. I can rat them and then tortoise.
I ain't talking.
We only need one.
Yeah.
Brace yourselves.
So yeah, unless they have Jessica or whatever her name is. Reska? Is it Reska?
You know, take
Okay. Okay. Are they collapsing? But collapse would kill him here.
I will
Sylvan is stealing. Okay. And collapse. Okay. Okay. Huh. Give me Ziliax. None of you are Ziliax. Do I just play the bouncer here? This is on collapse. Okay.
Magic betrays those who abuse it.
Where did I put my
Oh, the famished. Okay, at least it's not infused. That's pretty funny.
The citadel stands
Hornberg, thank you very much for the prime sub. Alright, well, if they don't draw Reska, they're dead. Pouch of coins. Okay. Well, there we go. Got him. But yeah, Reska would have been a big issue, considering I just had a board full of gigantic stuff, and especially if they could bring it back with the rat.